Hi everyone and welcome to a new Path of Exile video. I'm Koshido and today I'm gonna talk a little bit about my early game strategy and one strategy I think will be very strong in the end game. First of all, let me do a quick recap about my early game strategy. So I wanted to do heist before Aktan Kitava to gather some cows to buy my unique, and then after that I wanted to do harvest plus blight. So the handless heist paid well. It took about 3-4 hours to do everything, but I managed to gather 200 cows, and I bought myself a Flesh Crafter, the Dead Reckoning, the 2 Fortress Covenant, the Alberus Warpath, and I had few cows per left by other equipment. The strategy took a little bit longer than expected. That's because I have a slow build. The new Arch Nemesis modifiers are stronger than expected, and in heist they are very scary. Also because, and towards the end I ran out of contracts. I wasn't doing the level strategy, so I had to jump back in the story, do a level up, go back in the Rock Harbor and buy more contracts a couple of times, and that slowed me a little bit. And then I jumped into maps. I took the Kirak nodes, the map nodes, of course. After that, I took the Essences nodes, pretty good to help you out in the beginning. And then in my original plan, I wanted to take Harvest first, and then start blocking mechanics, and then take Blight. Instead, I started to block content right away, and I managed to get a good amount of harvest. The problem with harvest is that now the good base type I indicated in the cheat sheet, for example, the influenced one especially, they are very pricey. Also, the good base cluster jewels to roll, they are pretty pricey. So if you have like 100 chaos to invest, that may be a good investment, especially if you're running high tier harvest. But if you are not running high tier harvest, if you don't really have currency, I don't think is worth investing in harvest right now, because you will most likely try to craft some good life res here, some +1 wounds, +1 chapters. And don't get me wrong, you can still make some pretty good amount of currency. For example, I managed to sell a pair of clothes at 30 cows. I managed to sell a wand for 20 cows, a scepter for 15 cows. I'm still making good deals. Also, the checklist crafts, there are some you can find pretty easily. They are worth something. For example, the 5 link is still worth 5 cows. There are the weapon and armor enhancement worth 5-10 cows. There are a lot of gem crafts worth 5-10 cows. There are many crafts you can really sell for a small amount of currency, and they are pretty common even in yellow early red maps. But since the nodes on the atlas are very good later when we will be crafting on influenced gear, I'm gonna invest in blight first. Blight, I still miss the node up here, but I'm already starting to get some decent oils, black and crimson mostly. uh, I managed to get some maps out of here. I could have sold them for 10-15 cows each one, but I'm gonna keep them and run them. And that's about it. Today I should be able to start farming consistently blight onto 14 plus. Okay, now let's talk about the what I think will be the new Nemesis 3 strategy. I've already talked about this in one of my previous video, but singular focus makes your known favorite map drops, natural drops, become basic currency instead. And if you are doing the watchstone snapshot, that means you enter a T16 map, remove the watchstone, and then run the map. You are gonna drop maps from tier 1 to tier 16. If you do it with the watchstone on, you can only drop tier 16, and every known tier 16 map will become map equity. And when this equity reaches a threshold, you're gonna drop at tier 16. That means you are dropping less natural map drops. Okay. You have no favorite map in this strategy, so every map you drop is gonna become a basic currency. You will do this when you have a big pool of map, of course. If you combine these with the cartography scarab, the usual stuff to juice up the maps, and this kind of sentinel with the currency reward and chance to add more rewards, you are going to end up with a stupid amount of currency. So I want to test it out. I want to see which mod is best for Sentinel. I want to see if this can be improved even further, and also which league mechanic will get the most out of this kind of strategy. And yeah, that's it. I think this will be pretty strong. I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna let you know how it goes. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want more content like this, and remember, stay safe, Exile.